Howdy folks, and welcome back once again to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles, and today I'm featuring a tank that I know I have never featured before, mostly because it's utter crap. And I don't expect to see many replays of this tank, the VK168.01 Mauerbrecher, because just about everybody who bought this thing has instantly regretted it. Well, everybody that is, except for MachSpeedBird here, who appears to like his, the freak. Sorry, Mac. But it's true, this is a terrible tank. What's so bad about the Mauerbrecher, Jingles? Oh, where do I start? Well, let's list the good points. It's got a crew of 6. What do you mean? Well, it's a premium tank, and it's the only Tier 8 premium German heavy tank aside from the Löwe. And this thing has a crew of 6, so just like the Maus and the E100, it is going to be a good training tank for your high-tier German heavy tank crews. You can't really do that in the Löwe because it only has a crew of 5, so one of the crew is always going to miss out. Wait, is that it? It's got a crew of 6. That's hardly a glowing recommendation. Well, it does have fairly decent armour. If you're in a Tier 8 game, and MachSpeedBird is not in a Tier 8 game, this is a Tier 10 game. That's a mouse up in front of him. He's going to be sticking close to that mouse for the rest of this game, I can promise you that. The armour is okay. It's fairly decent, until everybody starts loading the gold. It also has weak spots, even if you're in a Tier 8 game. The lower glacis, the commander's cupola on top, and there's a machine gun port in the front of the upper glacis as well. The cupola and the machine gun port are both on the right hand side, however, so you can minimise your weaknesses if you find some cover on the right hand side of the tank. But you're still a huge target, and it's virtually impossible for people to miss, and well, it's World of Tanks. If at first you don't penetrate, press the 2 key, load the gold, and yeah. There are not many people who are not going to be able to penetrate the Mauerbrecher. Unless, of course, you're in a Tier 8 game. Tier 6s and 7s are really going to struggle to penetrate this thing. Tier 8s are just going to load the gold, and, well, yeah. Also, it is horrendously slow. It does have a powerful 1600 horsepower engine, but it weighs about the same as the Reich Chancellery building. So it has a horrifically bad power-to-weight ratio, and it takes about 18 seconds for this tank to fully traverse 360 degrees. Now, all of that armour and all of that weight should make this thing very, very good at ramming, but it only has a top speed of 20 kilometers per hour, so unless somebody's stupid enough to ram you, you're not going to be farming lots of ramming damage in this thing. Although, anything can happen. It is World of Tanks after all. I have seen countless examples of idiots in light tanks attempting to ram things that are substantially heavier and more well armoured than they are, but that's not the kind of strategy you can really count on as an effective game-winning tactic. You have to assume that most people are not going to be dumb enough to try to ram you in this thing. What's the gun like? I mean, surely the gun's good. Well, the good news is it does have a 128mm gun. It's got the biggest gun available on any German Tier 8 heavy tank. Unfortunately, that's the only good news. It has bad accuracy of 0.38, it's got a horrible 2.59 second aiming time, and it barely manages to fire 4 shots per minute, which means the damage per minute is horrendously bad. And it doesn't even have that much alpha damage, with only 440 damage per shot. Oh, also the top armour is paper thin. It's only 40mm, and it's a huge, slow target. So artillery is going to have all kinds of fun shooting at this thing. He just got penned from the side by a T-44-100. Oh, bounced the second shot. You'll note he's using the mouse as cover here, and this is absolutely a very, very sensible thing to do. Keeps bouncing shots. Clearly the T-44-100 can still see him. And he's bounced a shot from the Carnarvon. The Carnarvon, of course, only has a 20-pounder gun, but with a mouse and a Mauerbrecher in front of him, he has, of course, pressed the 2 key and loaded the gold. And the second MachSpeedBird exposes even the slightest bit of side, even the Carnarvon's 20-pounder gun is penetrating him with absolute ease. Checking the map, MachSpeedBird realises that they're about to be outflanked by a T-54 Mod 1. So he turns the tank around, angles up, and he does bounce an APCR shot from the T-54 Mod 1. You can see that he's driving in towards the right hand side there. Again, all the weak spots on this machine are on the right hand side. Get some cover on the right and you can minimise your chances of... wow, the Carnarvon's still alive. And the mouse has lost half of his health. He's been getting hammered by artillery. There it is again. We finished off the Carnarvon. T-54 Mod 1. Not quite sure why he's not shooting. Surely he must have been reloaded by now. He had the big fat side of the Mauerbrecher to shoot at, but no. He's going for a cliff dive instead. It's likely that he saw the WZ-111G fake tank coming and possibly also the AMX-CDC, and he's decided, actually, no, I don't like those odds. But MachSpeedBird has a shot at him. 440 alpha damage on this 128mm gun. So of course that was a low damage roll, and he's going to have to sit here getting hit by artillery while he waits this colossal reload out in order to finish him and get the kill. And he's getting shot at by the Skoda T-50. Didn't penetrate, which is surprising considering he had his turret pointed to the side while he was shooting at the T-54 Mod 1. Momentarily spotted a T-30, but he's now popped out of view. For the moment he appears to be undetected. There's the mouse. There's still really only the... oh, hang on a second. There's the T-30 again. Yep, nice hit. Of course, now he's spotted again, so he starts backing off, so the T-50 can't hit him, but it's not the T-50 that's going to hit him. He's upset that T-30. Look at that. That was gold ammo from the T-30. 750 alpha damage, so we know he's using the 155mm gun when 276mm of penetration isn't enough for you to deal with tier 8 tanks, load the gold, and, well, poetic justice, because apparently 320mm of penetration wasn't enough. He had the turret angled at just the right degree to be able to bounce that gold ammo from the T-30, and I think that's hilarious. Right, there's the mouse up ahead, and he's in a lot of trouble. He's continually getting hammered by artillery, and now he's got the Skoda T-50 to worry about. And the mouse is a fairly strong machine, but it doesn't handle close-range combat with enemy medium tanks particularly well. It's not quite as bad at it as the Mauerbrecher is, but it's still bad enough. And of course with the T-50 there, the mouse is continually being spotted by artillery, and the team are being capped and they're down 2 kills. There's an AMX-CDC heading back to spot the cap circle. He's revealed the position of the E-100 he was capping, which allowed him to be killed by the WZ-111G fake tank, but there's still an Object 252U down there, so MachSpeedBird and the mouse up here shouldn't expect too much support from the rest of the team. And MachSpeedBird is trying as fast as he can, which is not very fast at all, to get up here and help that mouse out against not just the T-50, but also... oh, there's the ammo rack. That was fairly useful. With 440 alpha damage, he needed the ammo rack to be able to take that guy out. And now the Waffenträger Panzer IV... oh, bounced the shot. Can the mouse hit him? I don't think the mouse can hit him. I don't know why he's just sitting there. Oh, the mouse can hit him. Why isn't he just drive backwards? No, you're just going to sit there. Okay, well, fine. We're not complaining. The scores are even. Oh, and there's the artillery, and that was a lot of damage. I think that may have hit him on the side of the turret. With 40mm of top armour, there's not much artillery that you're going to be facing in this tank that isn't capable of penetrating the top of your turret and the top of your hull with high explosive and doing full damage. Holy shit, they can see the enemy cap circle. That's no mean feat for a tank that can only do 20 km per hour, and the mouse has chased the Object 212A away. They've got the WZ-111G fake tank covering their own cap circle, no sign of the Object 252U. The big threat now, of course, the mouse just got hit by artillery again. He's being spotted by the T-44-100, who's in the abbey in the centre of the map. They have to kill that guy. Oh, the mouse has hit him. If that T-44-100 just... all he has to do is nothing. But no, he's shooting. Well, you continue to give your position away. Instead of doing the smart thing and just sitting there and spotting the 2 enemy tanks in the cap circle for artillery, You can see he's out of view range because he just disappeared. But, well, if you're not going to move, it doesn't really matter. You can still be killed. And so now the T-44-100 has probably just thrown the game for his team, because there's nobody spotting these two guys anymore. The enemy Object 252 can't cap, because there's a WZ-111G fake tank down there spotting the cap circle, or prepared to spot the cap circle for friendly artillery. So without eyes up here spotting these two guys, the Mauerbrecher and the Mouse are about to win by capping out. What a time to be alive. Yeah, there's the artillery shot, last second clutch, trying to randomly hit unspotted tanks in the cap circle, but yeah, no, not going to happen. I have to say, well done. To take a tank as hilariously bad as the Mauerbrecher in a tier 10 game, up a flank, with everybody emptying their pockets at you, outnumbered all the way, and not just win, but to win by capping. I mean, in a machine that can only do 20 kilometers per hour, bottom tier in a tier 10 game, that's not something you should expect to see every day. So, MachSpeedBird, sir, if I was wearing a hat, I would take it off to you. Jolly well done. Your faith in proving that you can achieve the impossible paid off this time. But I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it in future, because you are driving a spectacularly bad tank. Nevertheless, thanks for sending that replay in. I hope everybody else enjoyed it. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.